Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today, we're reviewing episode 2 of Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak Academy. Now, what's very interesting about, this is that I had a feeling this is how this show would be in the contrast to the more darker tone show that's actually, Danganronpa 3, the End of Despair, I believe it is. Which just comes out on Mondays. That's dark. This is a lot more lighthearted and more humorous. It does have scenes that shows that it's like, okay, we're gonna go further with this because you do know, of course, if you've played the games and if you've played anything Danganronpa, so the anime and stuff like that. The ending for these characters is not per se happy. I'll say that. I'm not gonna spoil anything else further than that, but you can make inferences based off of if you're watching the first series on Mondays, you can make guesses what's happening in this. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening in this review because this episode, this review. I could judge my own review, but that'd be kind of weird. Anyways, so we have the teacher really happy that she's actually gotten her class to actually participate in full attendance for the last 3 weeks, which is awesome. So it's 3 weeks later. Now, she does get a phone call from a despair teacher that something's going on in her class. When she gets there, she sees that these two are fighting each other. Now, per se, they're not doing it to be actually aggressive to one another, they're just trying to kind of show that they have strength and all that. But it shows that there's a little bit of a divide in the class. That it's and by the way, just these two breaking the whole wall apart, that's crazy. Like, damn. It shows that the class is divided and it still has some issues getting together. And, she wonders, how is that going to be fixed? Meanwhile, we learn about what happens with the reserve corps students and what's actually kind of taking place behind that, the kind of secret concepts behind there, that apparently there's a shady action going on because all the reserve students, of course, because they have to pay so much money to get into Hope's Peak Academy, their money is going somewhere, but it's not going to the school's benefit. It's going to like a secret part of the school. And the teacher's wondering, what is that actually doing? What's the point of that? And so is the guy that looks like a guy from Persona 4. He's also wondering what they're doing with that, but apparently he's the one that actually assigned the teacher to this kind of mission, quote unquote. Now, we also see that, unfortunately, Hajime is not having the best time, per se. He's still trying to fit in, and, the teacher comes out and goes, why are you by yourself? It's a waste of time to be by yourself and stuff like that. And she goes into a kind of thing with him. And, he talks about how he feels alone and he feels kind of, like, unnecessary to because, what he is, he's a reserve corps student, unlike the rest of them that are super base students and all that. And she tells him, you can't think like that. You bring something to the table, and once you realize you bring something to the table, that will make you excel. And leaves on that. Then, though, we are introduced to a guy from Danganronpa 3, the actual one on Monday, Mr. Tengun. So apparently, he knows Hajime very well, because they're on first-name basis, and that's very interesting. They didn't go into too much detail with this, but he did tell him, have you thought about your decision yet? Which leads to me thinking this is going to be really one of the big things that causes, I want to say, one of the big elements to happen with this part of the show. Trust me, it's going to be interesting when it does happen. Anyways, when the teacher gets back to the classroom, she notices that all the students are having fun. They're playing a game together. This is something unprecedented. And they're playing what looks like, seriously? That's Super Smash Brothers. Like, I don't care what anyone says, that's Super Smash Brothers. But they end up playing games together, having a good time, being all together. And what's funny is at one point I always forget that chef's name because his name is really weird. But the chef comes in and he's like, "Oh, hey, I made food for everyone." Little did he know that one of the girls actually took a formula that he had made that causes a lot of, let's just say, lustful actions. I'll say that right now. I was going to put an image up, but I'm not going to do that because, honestly, this was kind of the fan service moment of the show. But it led to a lot of actions going on where they start kind of not assaulting each other per se in sexual ways, but going toward that to the point that we actually have the girl actually punch the chef at one point when he goes kind of super lust mode on one girl. And that really makes her popular enough that they actually end up making her class rep. And you can see she's so happy about that. It's something that really made her feel happy. She was kind of hesitant to be class rep at first, but after a little bit of, kind of persuasion, she was like, you know what, okay. And she smiles at the end with this. Now, the last scene, which I think is really nice, is Hajime and the gamer girl over here. They actually meet up at the thing. It's like, oh, hey, you want to play a new fighting game that came out? And he's like, what? I'm not good at fighting games, but, she grabs his hand and you could see already the kind of, I want to say, relationship these two will have, and if you play the games you actually know what the relationship kind of is in the game itself. But I'm just curious to see how it goes in the show, because I'm very curious what they went through, beforehand. Anyways, guys and girls, that's it for today's review. I honestly am loving this. I think it's a nice contrast to the kind of despair that the first episodes on Mondays always kind of be. This is a nice kind of comedic, slight interesting concept here and there, and I like it so far. I really think it's good. I mean, everything's on par with the other ones. Got great animation, great soundtrack. They use a lot of the stuff from the Danganronpa 2 game, which is awesome. So it's the same thing where they have the actual homages to that game, which is really cool. And I'm pretty sure that even if you're really not new, or more so, or you are new to Danganronpa, you could watch this and actually enjoy the content. You might be a little bit lost here and there, but it won't be too bad. So I really definitely recommend anyone who hasn't checked this out to check it out. Give it a chance. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I'm talking really quiet because there's actually construction work right outside my apartment, so can't talk too loud. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. As always, hit the like button, subscribe button, share button. You know the whole nine. Bye bye.